Hey guys. Alright, so I'm making this video, and I'm hoping that this will go well. I'm trying to make something that hopefully the bulk of players that are at least new might watch. The reason I'm trying to make this is because I keep wiping in the Zoshia fight, and I feel like a lot of players don't understand some of the mechanics. So, uh-oh, that's not a good sign. The cutscene's loading. That might be this guy's first time, which that's what you're running into, because you can't just fight this thing straight up. Like, you have to really find the find him, you know, loading up, and it's you don't come across him a lot in outside of this main assignment version. So unfortunately, a lot of the fights that you join will either be, you know, at least in these first few weeks, are people that are doing it for the first time, or a little bit more inexperienced, maybe don't have quite as strong builds, have like green, you know, weapons that are weaker, lower loadouts. So, I'm gonna just kind of talk over this with my thoughts and try to, first of all, I personally always try to, I think it's always good to have a double loadout. That one is a good weapon to mount, because that can make a big difference how you start the fight. You want to grab one of the Thunder or the Worm's Bane, and I want you guys to notice every time he does his feet or the front pause, you see how it made like 3 or 4 of these? And you can destroy him with the shot, and it'll do some damage to his parts. Sometimes it'll take off the shell. And that's one of the biggest things with this fight is shooting those. Getting, like, we already have his head off, like, that's great. So, you know, now he does the plane where he has people die. You know, and the team, I think you're essentially, you're better off, instead of trying to play for like super mega damage, you know, if there's one really big damage dealer, like, I try to think of like games like this a little bit more like MMOs. If you look at your parties and you know, the stuff from like Final Fantasy and RPGs, where like a lot of times you'll have a tank and a damage dealer, a healer, maybe a ranged person. Like, if you're gonna have it set up like that, like, yeah, I try to be kind of a dual prong play. Like, I try to have the healing aspect, but also be able to do some damage. So I'm not, you know. So for now, like, you know, throwing out heals that'll help the team, giving buffs to everyone, because I don't see many people bring Mushroom Mancer, and you don't have to. Like, if you're gonna bring all the Demon Drug and Mega Demon Drug and, you know, whatever, and all that stuff, armor, Mega Armor Skin, all those things are good, but alright, so if you look, the ground pound, and nobody's destroying these out front. I don't understand why. And these are the things that, look, they go across, they damage him, but nobody's using it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it makes this fight 3 to 4 times harder than it has to be. Once you know that mechanic, it's so easy. My only problem is running out of the, you know, the, yeah, I should have been focusing more on my heals and not talking. And that's something that, like, for me is, I don't do a lot of streaming, right? Like, I do some, and I'm enjoying putting up content, but the reason I don't stream a whole lot is that, for some reason, me talking and playing at the same time is not the best. Like, my concentration goes out the window when I start talking and trying to explain things. Like, I'll kind of default unintentionally to muscle memory. So then sometimes I'm not, like, actively looking at all the things. Okay, so here's an example, like I said before, right? I'm going to see if I can get a third. So anyway, I'm going to make sure to break the back. That's the harder spot to reach. So that should always be your priority as far as the break. You know, make two. Make like the tail and, you know, maybe the tail and the back or something. Then break the back. You have one there on the tail if you can reach it with, you know, hopefully another player. And, like if you have a shorter range weapon, dagger, you know, whatever. Let me get off of great sword here. Nobody's breaking these. Guys. Alright, I have heavy piercing bombs. That's not going to work. Get this worm thing. If people just, again, and I'll die. I mean, yes, it's possible. If you see my runs, maybe what I should do is just record a run where I'm not talking, and then maybe record talk over it, you know, playing and stuff. But right now, again, you throw out the party heals, give everybody a little bit of heal, watch the burn. Prioritizing the front leg and the exposed part. Alright, so we're about to make shoot them some damage there. See? And then you even get the stun on it. How did that miss? Oh my god. Oh, this is brutal. Like, oh, hey, I'm gonna make a tutorial and then die 100 times to the most dumbest scenarios that you'll ever see. Like, I'm telling you, I've done this fight probably 40 times and died maybe twice total. And just when I'm trying to make a tutorial, keep dying. The things I never die to, like that's the worst part. Where they need to be shooting these ice pillars. I'm doing it. Again, and this is what affects the other players. Like, you know, I'll die because nobody's shooting, or another player dies because they get caught in the flame that he's spitting out, and it's like way bigger if you're not destroying those pillars. So, you know, playing with people that know the mechanics is so huge. Everybody should be getting their Wormsbane or their Thunder, whatever, and get ready. Because, you know, so you should all be locked and loaded when you're doing this stuff. Actually, probably the most important mechanic of this fight is making sure you have slinger ammo. Like, make sure you either have the Thunder or the Worm. Like, almost at all times. Right here, it's gonna add. See, and that would have been way worse if we had not destroyed them. We're not gonna win. This is how they go these days. And the other thing too is with Monster Hunter. I'm not saying this to sound cocky or anything, but unfortunately, the best players that you're gonna have the best luck with, those are the players that do the stuff the first like day or two. Because they're so hardcore, they're on there at launch. They do everything the day of, you know, it was like in Destiny, right? Like, the most hardcore players in Destiny, they would do all the content right after reset, you know? And then it was so much harder to find a group later in the week, and if you did, you knew that, like, well, hey, this is going to be a really tough run, because it kind of implies that, like, you're probably not a super hardcore player if you're trying to do it, like, Tuesday or Thursday, because, like, the whole community would basically do it the night of reset. So with Monster Hunter, like, it's a similar concept. Like, when new content comes out, it's like a race. Everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to, you know, see what the armor's like, get the new equipment. So if you're doing it like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, it's gonna be harder, honestly. The people you're gonna find to do it with are gonna probably not. Again, like, group heals are so good in this game. Like, I recommend every player play this setup. you know, like, honestly. Yeah, there might be some players that it doesn't work out for as much, but the thing is, if everybody has the ability to heal everybody, if everybody can throw out buffs and stuff like that for the whole team, it increases the chance of survivability, like, tenfold. You know, those things like that were a must at the end of Monster Hunter Iceborne, playing against, you know, the big dragon and different ones, different fights that, like, people were wiping on. And so I developed, like, I was just like, okay, I'm going to play, you know, I'm still going to be able to do some good damage, but at the same time, I'm going to make sure that I can keep people alive, because that's the only way to, you know, to get the rewards, because if people are wiping, you don't get any. So, like, I'd rather do a little less damage to be able to keep us alive.
Thanks. That helped.
Dude, I swear the radio menu just does not work sometimes. Shit, come on. Got my ammo back. I'm ready if he does another. Of course, I do the dance one. Yeah, and this is where you, like, you know, if you see a teammate underneath, buff him. You know, throw a heal or something. Dude, that's not what I did. Oh my god, see, and that too, I swear. There's so many times that, like, it just doesn't do what I'm doing. Like, I go to roll, or I go to sheath my weapon. Alright, so, should put this up. There it is. I mean, hey, I died too, but
Yes.
it's just so frustrating that, like, and I feel like the reason I'm dying is because other people don't know the mechanic. So, like, if we all knew what we were doing, it'd be an easier fight. But I love it takes 2 minutes to tell me that it's failed. Like, get out of here. This is the most frustrating part. Like, I just want to be able to load my own fight, you know, but I can't. Might have got in this one. Alright, here we go. Now, I'm going to tell you this one. I'm going to see.
You did it before.
I'm probably not going to talk a whole lot during this one. I'm going to just focus on
something is definitely different
but
from before.
I want you guys to notice what I'm doing. Really, in the last couple times I've done this, I just want you guys to really pay attention to the icebergs that come out of the ground after he does the ground pound. I'm trying to keep slinger ammo on you of the thunder or the worm thing. And that's really it. I mean, honestly. If you mount them, break stuff on the back, because that's the hardest to reach. For any monster, try to make multiple wounds and settle for one. You can definitely make 2. I've made 3 before. I start out with my great sword for the mount. And once we've got a mount, then I usually switch to the daggers for the paralysis.
I guess it still knows enough to generate. I need to attack it before that happens.
Broken. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what you need to be doing. Alright, so I gotta get this button on forever. Now that it's mounted, I can daggers. It's also nice because with the daggers give that forward momentum of the whatever, the circle slash or whatever. So like, you know, you're moving in closer to him, so if he doesn't spit, you're getting like further away from it, from that safe zone kind of behind him. Okay, so let's see if I can get oh my god, I can't believe that. Yeah, the paralysis kicked in, and that's the mechanic I hate about this game too. It's like, if an enemy's laying down, and then paralysis basically makes them, puts them back on their feet to be paralyzed. So Because enemies can't be paralyzed while they're laying down. So like, right there. I hit for the wheel to move and it didn't move. And I mean, that can be super costly if you need a heal real bad. And they blow up all of them in a row, like, so then if he does a spit, there's nothing to amplify I feel like I might be the only one that knows the mechanic this fight. Or one of two or something. Dude, come on!
Thanks.
The delay, I hate it so much. It's not instant at all. Like, you press L1, and then you hit the thing. Did you see that? The second after I did the wound break, the wound appeared on the head. This is one of the spots where a lot of people can wipe if you're not careful. Like, I would say, you know, get at least 2 to each side, you know. I mean, you can run the full distance. There are safe spots, but
We have to destroy them before the fire spreads.
it is on its back. I don't think I can get it.
That helps.
Yeah, and with free meal, I mean, again, it's a 50% chance, I think, for a freeze. But, you know, I mean, you can spam, you can use more adamant seeds and null berries and all that kind of stuff to help your teammates. If they have, like, a status effect on, you know, like, defense down or something, like, okay, remove that, and then add defense up. And so many ways it can be beneficial. Yep, do that. Why did that not work? Maybe if he starts putting fire before you shoot it, like even a second before, it makes it so you can't break it or something. Nobody's shooting these. Oh, God, come on, man. Someone should be shooting these. I can't because I'm back here. Like, come on. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like, if people don't know the mechanic, it's just so much worse. I shoot the weapon. Dude. This game is frustrating, the things you do. It's like, not always instant. I don't know if it's because playing online more, but I mean, I feel like I get this even single player. Time delay. Hitting the radio wheel, hitting the... where a lot of people choke and end up dying. So this is where you want to, start spamming heals, making sure your team, reapply buffs, adamant seed, dash juice, any of the stuff. Be really looking out for the pods that you can explode, damage, preventing the shockwave. to get that status effect off. We saw a few of them still had it on. Fair enough. Yep, no one destroying anyone.
That helps.
Come on, sharpen. This is how it goes. And this is the notorious thing with Monster Hunters, that like you get one person that doesn't know how to do something, or you get you know, one person that messes up, or you know, whatever, and it's brutal because it basically wipes everyone. Wish I could get my own to spawn. I'm not gonna sit there just keep resting for 100 hours, and that's the thing, like I don't love how this game is, for the fact that I just want to go hunt an enemy I need to hunt. Like, I don't want to have to, oh, wait for it to be the perfect weather, wait for it to do this, or just, I should be able to, oh, choose that monster and go for it.
Right.
Go again. And I mean, I have enough to make everything. It's not like I really need it, but this is the only thing that I'm like kind of even a remote challenge at this point in the game.
Something is definitely
I'm not the
different
kind
from
of person
before.
who
We should be careful.
Oh man, I gotta have the hardest challenge. I mean, there's people that beat enemies with no gear and, you know, level 1 weapon and stuff, and yeah, that's sweet, but again, I kid you not, I think this fight is terribly easy, and it's just hilarious how many groups fail it. What happened?
I still know about the generators. I need to attack them before that happens.
Okay, so see, this is a fight where there is at least one other person who knows the mechanic pretty well. So, like, this can be an example of, let's see how this fight goes compared to some of the others. Keep trying to mount it. Keep being stopped by dumb. Got the back wound. I'll do a head wound. Alright, that's enough. I'll do the back. Break the back. Really probably done the tail. Let's see, this way. Come up front. And one of us can get the break on the head. Extra damage. Alright, now it's time to go to the this game just does what it wants sometimes. Stop swinging. I love it pulling the slinger shot to him, even though I'm trying to aim at it. Stop! I swear, that's the dumbest mechanic. It keeps auto-aiming at the boss, even though I'm trying to aim. You can set that off. Change that setting. That's terrible. Good ass. No slinger ammo. Slinger ammo. Come on.
Flames. The will crystal is going to ignite.
See, so sometimes you can shoot one up close to him.
The will crystals are on fire. We have to destroy them before the fire spreads.
Come on.
Don't worry about it.
You stupid game. I hit the sheath the weapon and then he...
That helps.
There. It's pulling energy. Now my kick.
Dude, get out of here, auto tracking. Yep, right at me. Out of my ammo. See, now, right there. If I had not blown up all those crystals, it probably would have wiped like 2 or 3 of the fights. So, like right here, someone should be shooting the crystal. It would be damaging him. It may stun him, prevent him from spitting, and it helps us for the fire skill.
That helps.
Thanks.
Man, I'm telling ya, these wipes due to people just kind of sharpen. Oh man, that should have been the wound hit. Should have been moon broken. That's bullshit. Dude, I'm hitting the wound. Come on. No way. I might be dead. That was...
I heard from the others.
Yep.
Right.
Guess I'm on guard duty. Time for a few quick reps.
Thanks!
That helped!
No, actually.
Good one.
No, break the back one, dude. Where the hell's the worm thing go? It's just on my screen.
Thanks! That helped.
Dude, stop auto fucking tracking on the boss. I was trying to shoot the... It's like if you're within a certain range.
That helps.
Come on. So dumb.
That helped. That helped.
guys see that? You see that Rob right there? He's literally right above him. Man, so cool. And I don't have any. Again, there was one right there. Why can't I pick it up? Where is it?
That helped.
Thanks! That helped!
Thanks. That helped. Thanks. That helped.
That helped!